So I would never do roller coasters. I was with a few of my friends, and we went on this activity where we were about 2 to 3 thousand feet in the air, and we were basically walking on this kind of like glass balcony thing where it's obviously like well structured and it's safe. And you could look down and you could see the Grand Canyon like 2 or 3 thousand feet in the air, and it was extremely scary. And like I barely managed to like get through it. Fast forward to 1 year later, I studied abroad right before COVID, 2019, and I've been to a lot of places. I've been around the block. I have a good amount of travel stories that I can really tell you, and you'd really, really enjoy them. This story is in Interlaken, Switzerland. So it was me and a group of other people, maybe like 6, 7 people. We were all wanting to go to Switzerland because we heard Switzerland is extremely beautiful, which it is. It's very beautiful. We went to Interlaken, Switzerland. We booked through a program called Bus to Alps. Don't know if it's still around now, but it was run by some kids who were a little bit older than us at the time, and they were representatives, and they were kind of organizing the events and making sure we got to our destination safely and whatever. So we were in the bus for 9 hours. I quickly got comfortable with being in a bus, being able to pack snacks, not being nauseous and things like that. We're in the middle of the bus. It's pitch black. It's literally like no lights on the road. It's just the bus's headlights. We're all just like sitting there. It's safe. I know I've been in much sketchier situations where things were not safe. This is relatively safe, but it was just the dead of night, and the little representative, well, she's not little, but the representative was basically saying like, hey, like, we offer these different activities and excursions, and one of them is paragliding, parasailing, paragliding. So, and then she was explaining it, then she was explaining the costs, and then she was also doing like kayaking and things like that. So I ended up doing kayaking, and I ended up doing the parasailing, right? So during the course of this bus ride, she's explaining this. She's saying how it like changed her life. I bring her over to me. We start talking. We start chatting. Like, what do you think? Like, have you done it? How is it? Is it safe? She starts telling me it's like one of the best experiences of her whole entire life. I remember a few friends of mine who went to this program before. They're like, Sean, like, you have to do it. Like, you have to do it. It's like such an amazing, life changing thing. And I was like, they're bullshitters. Like, they're bullshitting with me. Like, the whole thing is bullshit. We end up going, and then I'm talking to the girl. She's telling me the same shit. I'm like, all right. So everyone's keep telling me the same kind of stories. I'm like, all right. Do I want to listen? I'm not a peer pressure guy, but I'm like, all right. Let me listen to what they're doing. Right? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it for damn near like the remainder of the ride. We get to the hostel. It's maybe about 7 a.m. I'm on a phone with my parents. I'm like, hey guys, I'm about to like do paragliding. Like, what the hell is paragliding? I'm like, it's basically where like take you to like some high mountain. You're basically with like the instructor and I'm parasailing. My bad, parasailing. And you have like this. How can I say this? It's not like a parachute, but it's kind of like a upside down U shape, and it, like inflates with air. Then you just kind of like glide through the air at like 3,000, 4,000 feet down to the floor. So they were like, "What? What the hell's wrong with you?" And then I was like, "Oh, like should I do it?" They were like, "Oh, like no." And I was like, "I want to do it. Should I do it?" And eventually, after a bit of convincing, they were like, "Yeah, do it." Then we finally get to the hostel. Right, it's around 6:37 a.m. I'm doing this shit at 9 a.m., which means I gotta wake up around 8, brush my teeth, shower, get ready. So I only have about an hour. I cannot sleep for the life of me. I cannot sleep at all. And everything's going through my head. I'm like, I have vertigo personally, so that means I usually get dizzy. I'm like, what if I get vertigo when I'm like in the air, and I get dizzy and like fall down and stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff is going through my mind. It gets to the point where I can't sleep at all, and I'm just thinking, and I'm scared. I'm like, I could still back out. I don't have to go. But my roommate was going with me, and then I was like, excuse me. I think I gotta see it through. Gotta see it through. I was on for my parents. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Woke up, woke up early than everyone else. I took a shower. This hostel didn't have no hot water. Bathed in, what I should say, showered in like some freezing cold water. I was like, well, if this isn't a right start for the day, I don't know what is. Got to it, right? I got to it. I showered. I got ready. The bus came. They picked us up. And we had to take off our sneakers. They gave us these boots. They gave us, some like goggles and things like that. I'm like, shit, we're about to get to this. We're really getting to it. We go in the car. We're driving up the side of a mountain. It's shaky. It's wobbly. It's scary. I see the mountain and I'm like, there's no way we're going up to the top of that. We go to the top of it. Then this is where things got interesting. I ended up going first. The instructor told me to go first, and then that he suited and booted me up. He attached himself, like, like the straps and stuff to the parachute on me and stuff like that. And he obviously like joined too, so like I wasn't alone. So and then he's like, Sean, you're gonna have to run off the mountain. And I was like, what? You're gonna have to run off the mountain. And I was like, shit, I already made it this far. So just to give you some context, we're so high up that like the mountain is above the clouds. So he's literally telling me to jump off the mountain, the level of clouds. So he's like, yeah, just run and like don't stop, or else we're actually going to like not do it correctly. And we're gonna fall. So I just start running, and then I'm running off the cliff, and oh my god, it is like the scariest shit ever. I run off the cliff, and then the breeze begins to like lift up the glider thing, and then we're in the air. Then I'm just like, holy shit! I literally see the entire city below me. I'm literally in the clouds. You know how rappers be like, I'm in the clouds, yeah. I was actually in the clouds, and for someone who has an immense fear of heights, I was like legitimately. I didn't, I didn't shit my pants or anything, but I was scared. Then I did it, and it was just so relaxed and so peaceful, and everything I thought in my mind, all the aspects of fear completely went out the window. The guy told me he done this. This is his job. He does this shit all the time. He's like, we're completely safe, and it was beautiful. I kept my hands, on the straps to make sure I didn't fall off, and it was really really nice. And I overcame fear that day. One of my we were like 3,000, 4,000 feet. We were literally in the clouds, like in the clouds. I have pictures I can show you, and maybe I should show you just so you believe I'm not a liar. And it was just beautiful. And I say this to say, at the end, it like like just like the natural high of life was just so amazing that I literally like things were never the same after that. Things were never the same because I realized that like once you basically understand that fear is only in the mind, right? Your fear of being perceived, your fear of failing, your fear of not doing things perfectly, your fear of being rejected. It's all made up. You see, your life is only a collection of different assumptions, and those assumptions are. Give me a second. I'm like scrolling through like a while. Your fear is not real. There is fear about safety and things like that. In terms of certain situations where you should use your intuition to not be a stupid guy. But in terms of you wanting to do certain things, I remember, for certain people who are limited by rejection, it's not real, and you're only placing self-limiting beliefs on yourself, and you're harming your own self by not getting the things that you desire, things that are your birthright. Okay, great, great, great. So let's quickly flip this camera. So, okay, let's see. So these are the shoes. These are the shoes that I wore. So that, and then this is me with the mountain, and then me and the instructor, and then said mountain and said clouds that I told you about. I didn't focus. For fucking fuck's sake, focus. Right, so as you can see, we're literally above the clouds. Then he loses us to jump off. More pictures again. Right, so then this is me in the air. Right, as you can see, we're way above the clouds. Way above the clouds. Okay, hold on, let me get a good picture. Hold up. This is me chilling because I've conquered my fear. Once again, above the clouds. These rappers say they're above the clouds. I was literally above the clouds. Boom, above the whole entire city. Right? So I did this and it was a great time. This is literally my view. I'm literally above the clouds. This is someone who was too afraid to go on a simple roller coaster. Everything after that, I realized that fear is a lie, and everything like this really opened my eyes to believe that anything is possible. It got rid of damn near all my self-limiting beliefs about what I was scared of, about my fear of rejection, about my fear of failure, and I just wanted to just give life my best shot. And for anyone who's fearing about any of those things I just mentioned, understand that the only thing that's getting in the way of you winning is you. It's always been you, and it's always going to be you. You're your greatest enemy or your best friend. And in this life, life is too short, too difficult to be your own enemy. You already got enough enemies, man. Be a friend to yourself the same way I'm being a friend to you. I hope this story, meant something to you. I hope you could take something away from it. I hope you get over your fear of rejection, your fear of failure, your fear of inadequacy, your fear of not trying. And I really genuinely hope that things work out for you, because I do love you. I care about you, and I want the best for you, man. Take care of yourself. For me, I'll see you again. Bye.